Hello, YouTube community. This is VIP Nobody, your tech on a fixed income PC builder, coming to you from the sunny outback bush country of Jamaica. Yeah, man. Well, today I want to go ahead and install bazzite on the Z230, HP Z230, and on a, I don't know if you can see it down here. No. Not quite, huh? There's a NVMe to PCIe adapter. I've done a few of these videos where I've installed Linux Mint on a NVMe on a PCIe adapter. But this time I'm going to be using a bootloader on a SATA drive. And it's refined. It's already been installed on this. Tested, and it works using a regular adapter for SATA drives, external SATA drives. USB to SATA is what comes with enclosures, external enclosures, and if without using it for an enclosure, I've used it as an adapter. That's a cheap way to go. Yeah, we're tech on a fixed income. Anyway, I found a copy of Refined. I had used Refined back in 2007 to do a dual boot on my old Mac. And back then, in 2007, it wasn't such an old Mac. It was brand new. Anyway, let's get to it. Now, there's the Refined USB. That's a regular USB. The reason why I want to put bazzite on a regular NVMe and use a bootloader is because the installer is not quite, the installer for bazzite is not as nice of an installer. It doesn't give you as many options with regards to where to put a boot sector. So this is my first time trying to do a bazzite install. It's basically a gaming operating system. I've watched Matt and Jackson. I think it was Matt that did the bazzite install. Jackson did a Linux Mint and Steam OS, or a Steam Deck on a Mint. To be able to have this kind of thing on a startup is normal. Starting installer, one moment please. I'm having a little trouble with my screen here, huh? My setup, my boom. Trying to get things centered. I noticed in my last video that it was Calawampus. Anyway, yes, English, United States. And hitting the enter doesn't do anything, so you've got to use the mouse. So click on continue. Automatic partitioning selected. The NVMe. That's what we want. Done. Reclaim the space. Delete all. Reclaim space. Let's do, we already did the keyboard, means destination, user creation. You know, this part of the installer looks similar. Joe for Joe Mama. Username, full name. It doesn't do the same here. Administrative privileges, require a password to use this account. Yeah, we don't have to have that, right? But let's. And done. Language support, United States. Network host name. Date and time, New York. I guess it doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and begin installation. Now the reason I use an adapter is because of the BIOS, well, I need a boot sector, is because of the BIOS on the HP Z230 does not recognize during boot up the adapter. Should we just go ahead and skip ahead? Wow, that was quick. Reboot system, huh? But of course, the BIOS is not going to see it. Is it going to tell me to go ahead and pull out the USB? And hit enter? No, it's rebooting. Your pleasure striking the key. There we go. Let's go ahead and put our little drive in. Okay, it's installed. Let's see if we find boots. There we go. All right. Install Refine to disk. It's already on a disk. EFI boot order. EFI shell. Partitioning tool. About, shut down, reboot, reboot. How about if we go back to the boot order? Like I said, it's been since 2007. Select an option and press enter to make it the default, or a dash to delete it. DTO legacy USB. I don't see the NVMe PCIe adapter. EFI boot, EFI on refined. Hard drive, IBA GE slot. The heck is an IBA GE slot? Ay, yikes. EFI on refined. I don't know if I'm going to see it, that's the thing. Let's hit enter. Boot 6 is now default EFI boot option. Return to main menu, or press enter to return to main. Yeah, that's the only thing you can do. What's this one? Install refine to disk? No. Why was it so much simpler back in 2007? Maybe it was made to be simpler. Let's try to slot, see what happens, huh? Maybe you have to do a reboot. The reason the fans are ramped up is I set it in the BIOS for the boot, for the RAM, for the fans to be on high speed, a higher speed than the lowest setting, and I didn't want my fans ramping up and down. Down here in Jamaica it's quite hot. You can burn out the CPU and other equipment if you don't have your fans running. Yeah, it doesn't see anything. Exiting Intel boot agent. Huh. Well, that's not good. Oh well, we have a failure. It wouldn't be be the first time, and it won't be the last, and that's part of the fun of things. I guess I'm going to have to try and do a Clover bootloader using my Mac, my old Mac, and then going in and deleting the install, the operating system install, and Clover bootloader should be able to see other operating systems and hard drives. We'll see if it sees the NVMe that we just installed bazzite to, and we can use that instead as well, using the adapter just like I did for the refined bootloader. Yeah, this old guy here. Plug that into the Mac and see if we can't do something. Anyway, this is VIP Nobody, your tech on a fixed income PC builder, coming to you from the sunny outback bush country of Jamaica. Yeah, man.